We want just to discuss some of these issues briefly before we delve deeper into the state of the economy. And interesting editorial cartoons as well. We had yesterday of Ababu Namwamba, Talanta Hewa. This is what is all about, the Talanta app that people have been eagerly waiting for. And as we mentioned earlier, it's not even appearing on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store as well. And his war also, we saw him in the Senate, in the National Assembly, I should say. He's walking on the sharpest edge of a dilemma of his future as a cabinet secretary. Most of the MPs demanding that now he should resign. We still wait to see if he'll be appearing before the Senate as well. That's the Caesars there. Niko chini ya Mwamba juu yangu. If you may remember that song. I think Professor Gituro Wanaina was by then in the choir. He used to be a choir master.
But I also remember him swearing in the name of Raila in 2013.
But let's just look at exactly what is, because I'm trying to figure out what has Ababu Namwamba done that has really raised, the scruples of members of parliament and the sports fraternity, as it were. Is it just because of issues that they don't have proper uniform? What really constitutes a gross or misconduct from the CS? Director, let's begin from it.
Well, as I understand it, what parliamentarians and the Speaker were taking issue with is the Minister's communication to Parliament. You see, Parliament asked certain questions and he retorted, you are using hearsay. Why you are questioning me on the basis of hearsay? Why should you question me? And I think that's partly what is driving the anger of Parliament. Because remember, the Parliament has power to inquire into any matter that may come, in their purview. But I would say that there are deeper issues in the management of sports. I just give you one example. The Swimming Federation is suspended from global competition because of wrangles in it and a failure to organize, I think, elections and have proper conduct over federation. So young people who, frankly, fairly competitive at Olympic level, then are competing, not wearing Kenyan colors because the Kenyan Federation is suspended. So they are competing as, athletes from a suspended federation. So there is, and that's just one sport. And my sense is that a variety of other sports facing similar questions. Obviously, the questions of treatment of the sportsmen and women, and whether officials, if you will, as was being said there, officials travel and live large, while the athletes, who are the ones this thing is about, are living in a sense in squalor. And these issues, although one could say that some of those issues are not new, the question is, what then is the minister doing to resolve it? So that's my sense of the whole thing. Although, of course, you must also look at it in the broader context of performance of this government in a variety of areas. How I wish Parliament could dig into the management of this economy and what, for example, the Treasury bosses are doing or not doing. Into issues of trade and manufacturing and what is going on there. But my sense is that those are the particular issues facing the Ministry of Sports, and that, if Parliament finds its feet in oversighting, that's what is to be expected.
So we've been
hongera to them.
Hongera to them. Oh my gosh. But we've been here before.
Right.
We had CS Wario. The same issues are being raised. It was actually put on the table as well. We never learn as a country. So is it, he says, according to him, the KPIs, he's met them. So he should not be actually castigated the way he's being castigated, because he's performed. This is what he's defending himself.
Let's hear from Bello.
I don't share the sentiments expressed by Inderitu. I think this gentleman issue is politics. It's not about, and it's becoming common now. 3-4 CS is being grilled in the same way, and I don't think it's about the performance of the CSs. I think
there's more to it.
It's politics within the Kenya Kwanza government, if you will. They have their own way of dealing with their issues. Otherwise, this gentleman is appointed by the president. He is accountable to the president. If he has not performed, the president deals with him. But for members of parliament to raise issues without any substantiation, nothing you've seen in that debate was presented before the House. On his part, he explained each one of them, the amount of money he gave to the people who went to Germany, how each one of them has been, rewarded, how much they have been given, who went on that flight, this joyrider story. He gave them, example of the number of people who went, who didn't. So, I mean, when you simply throw in things, and the way they were acting, I mean, there are more serious issues with this government. There are ministers who have collapsed this government in terms of their performance. Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Agriculture, people dealing with finance, the cost of living issues, really to focus their energy on some guy who's looking after musicians and athletes. I mean, they're jokers. I mean, they're just trying to pretend that they're performing. I think the MPs are not performing any duty. They have failed in their, oversight. What is happening here by KK legislators is simply playing out some political agenda of the government. These are people who probably they want to remove, or they want to reshuffle, or do something. And so I don't think. I don't think
a certain life.
Yes, they need to put forward into the public to prepare for the reshuffle.
Members of parliament, any opportunity to grill a government CS is welcome, because you're bringing down the government one way or the other. For a position that is perfect, it's an opportunity that they can't throw.
I tend to agree with you, with him, and he's right that let's put it here. This has played out before. So in terms of going first class or whatever, going to Rio, that's not here nor there. And I have a very strong view of the guy. I'm not quite sure I like him very much. Maybe I don't have to.
You don't have to like him.
I don't have to like him anyway. And we all know about his history. But perhaps has something to do. There was something Bon Kawale was saying that the president either tomorrow or today is going to Western. There's a lot of development he's going to look at, and Mweshmez probably will expand it. And saying some of the people are not involved in these preparations. There's a whole saga about the sugar industry in that part of this country. So there could be other things, and that's what I'm perhaps agreeing with the deal here. It probably has nothing to do whether you went first class or whatever. Could be other things.
It's politics.
I don't want to say politics because the easiest way to get out of anything. But it probably there could be. If you have no answer, it's politics.
Well, it's 7 o'clock on the nose. I need to take a short break. Is it a bellwether of what is coming?